Sarap ng kape. Kape tayo. Hello po muli sa ating mga kamag-anak, sa ating mga kaibigan. Pasimulan po natin ang ating pag-aaral sa pamamagitan ng review nung pinag-aralan natin nung nakaraan sa part 1 of this message. I mentioned about God's creative acts there, yung paglikha ng Diyos. Ganon din, yung naging buhay sa paraiso ni Adam and Eve, yung kanilang naging ambisyon to be like God, at subsequently sila ay nag-alsa o nag-rebel against God na nagresulta ng kanilang expulsion or they were expelled from paradise. At alam po ninyo, simula noon, mankind has been separated from the presence and from the perfect will of God. But the good news is right away, God Himself initiated something. And this something is called covenant or tipan. And this is actually meant to fix that separation or that divorce between God and man in the fullness of time. Ang tipan po na ito ay tinawag na the Adamic Covenant. Ito po ay binubuo or composed of curses o mga sumpa for disobedience. Kasama na po dito yung painful childbirth. So yung mga babae nahihirapang manganak dahil po yan dyan. Marital strife, yung pag-aaway ng mga mag-asawa. And the soil o yung lupain. The ground is cursed. At nagkaroon ng mga thorns and thistles. Nagkaroon ng mga dawag, nagkaroon ng mga tinik. At dito rin inintroduce yung kamatayan. Death of the body, death of the soul, and death of the spirit. Pero alam po ninyo, there's a wonderful promise of grace na kasama nito. Sa Genesis chapter 3 verse 15, ang sabi po, Satan, who was disguised as the serpent, will bite the woman's child's foot. At sino po itong batang ito na tinutukoy? Prophetically, this was fulfilled in the life of Jesus. But in return, ang sabi po, that child will crush the head of the serpent. After thousands of years, ito pong covenant na ito came to pass when Jesus was born, when He died on the cross to take away my sin, your sin, the sins of the world. Jesus' heel was figuratively crushed by Satan in this instance. But the story did not end there. Satan's head was figuratively crushed when Jesus rose from the dead. Now, listen to this another fulfillment of the Adamic Covenant. Alam po ninyo, 700 years before Jesus was born, there was an Old Testament prophet by the name of Isaiah. And he mentioned a sign that the gospel writer Matthew connected to the birth of Jesus. No? Ang sabi po, the virgin will be pregnant and will give birth to a son. They will name him Emmanuel. And Emmanuel means God with us. Anong ibig sabihin nito? God's presence will be with man again after thousands of years through His God the Son in the person of Jesus to fulfill the Adamic covenant. The Apostle Paul in Romans chapter 5 explains the effects o yung bisa of this covenant to us personally. Ito po yun. When you put your faith in Jesus or when you entrust yourself in Jesus, God the Father will reconcile Himself with you, although you are enemies. Dear friends and relatives, have you made a serious decision to put your faith or your trust in Jesus? Because you understand that He is the only way to be reconciled to God. Let me enumerate to you the evidences that will show up in your life if you are truly reconciled to God. Meaning you are no longer an enemy of God, but you are now friends with God. According to the book of Romans chapter 5, number 1, you do not fear the indignation or the punishment of God anymore. Why? Because you trusted that Jesus paid for your sins on the cross. You are now justified by Him. Pangalawa, the brokenness of your life is a thing of the past because Jesus fixed it. He made it whole. Yan po ang ibig sabihin ng salvation. Number 3, now you have a higher quality of joy in your life compared to the kind that the world brings. And number 4, because of God's grace, yung kanyang biyaya, yung undeserved favor, hindi tayo karapat-dapat dito pero ibinigay niya. You are now experiencing a higher quality of life, much better than any material possession can give. So, kamag-anak, kaibigan, nararanasan mo ba ang mga ito ngayon? Kung hindi pa, na, sama na tayo. Si Jesus ay isang panalangin lamang ang layo. Magtiwala tayo sa Kanya, ilagak natin ang ating pananampalataya sa Kanya upang mula sa pagiging kaaway ng Diyos, tayo ay Kanyang maging kaibigan. Tara na!